Puckerbutt, baby, say it again. 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 He has got the world record. Oh, Eddie's got the world record. To all you haters out there, haters out there, haters out there, haters out there. Puckerbutt, baby, say it again. Alright, everybody, this is Bishop Brad coming to y'all on Pepper TV at the Houston Hot Sauce Festival 2014. I've got the man, I've got the myth, I've got the legend of love, Mr. Ed Currie, baby.
Yo, hey, Brad.
Absolutely the record-breaking Guinness's Book of World Record pepper-loving. I can go on for hours, but I'm bringing y'all this interview because I think there's something that a lot of y'all don't know. I think there's a lot of there's a massive operation that goes on behind Ed Currie and Puckerbutt, more than we would ever know. It's much more greater than him just winning the Guinness's Book of World Records for the hottest pepper. So I think my first question, Ed, would be this: is I've learned a lot from you and all the work and all the stuff behind the scenes that people don't really see.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Help us understand, first of all, what has it taken to get Puckerbutt where it's at today so far? I mean, I guess what I'm trying to understand is, for all of us, is how big is this Puckerbutt operation, man?
Well, you know, actually we go across, 14 states.
Okay.
That we actually have operations in. Yeah.
So Puckerbutt's in 14 states.
Yeah, we are actually in 14 states. You know, our headquarters, of course, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in states up and down the East Coast. We've got different operations going between farms or processing, or, you know, there's some laboratories we're working in. We're involved with 22 different universities and laboratories, medical research laboratories.
Right.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on.
You're considered the mad scientist of the pepper world, and one thing that you, and only you do, is, I mean, you have accessibility to all these laboratories to make sure that the testings of peppers. How did that ever come about? It's always who you know. How in the world did a grower get accessibility to just...
You know, it's all a God thing. The whole thing is a God thing. God has put the whole thing together. Literally, when I was in the lab, prior to this pepper life, I was doing other things in the lab that we really shouldn't be doing. You know, 70s were really a lot of fun. The 80s.
60s were great for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, Brad. You're not that old, but you know, I am. I'm a lot older than people think. But you know, I make phone calls. You know, I actually go and talk to people. I don't. You know, you got what you pay for out there in the world, and you know, there's a lot of places you can pop down $25 or $50, and you're going to get whatever you ask for.
Yeah.
But I went out and talked to the universities, told them what I was interested in, why I was interested in it, and showed them the research that I had. You know.
Okay.
And you know, out there they'll do a lot of work. Most of the places that we do work with, we actually give like a stipend to the different departments, and then that way they can help out the kids that are doing the work. You know,
Okay.
It gives people real world experience of what they're doing.
Okay.
Get interested in something that they normally wouldn't be interested in, and it helps the whole community grow.
Bang, bang.
You know? Yeah, being a big is right.
You know, ever since this whole blow up of the Carolina Reaper, and you were all over the news and you were everywhere. I mean, you were just on the circuit, just going. What has this created for the demand of the Carolina Reaper?
Demand is outrageous. You know, it is just crazy. I've shown you the emails. You know,
Right.
You guys saw me doing them again this morning. What are we up to here? Since this morning, what's that number?
5,361 emails today.
And that number was almost zero earlier. Remember? Yeah. That's just
Wow.
And that's people all over. I mean, we get calls from anything from restaurant chains to stores all over the world. We get
Right.
sauce makers, salsa makers, all sorts of just people coming everywhere because they want to come to the source.
Okay.
You know, I've been joking around. There's a lot of imitators, but no
Right.
duplicators of what we do. You know, there really isn't because we are literally American made. You know, everybody, all the people who work for us were unemployed. They lost their jobs through that last recession. We're only doing American farms. You know, we're only doing, putting people back to work.
Gotcha.
I just met with the state of South Carolina about growing 1 million plants on a tobacco farm in South Carolina. That's the tobacco industry is going out. All those farmers are losing their jobs.
Wow.
And they're set up and ready to go to put all over the place. 1 million pepper farms for me.
Cool.
Yeah, really cool. It's awesome.
You know, having 14 states as part of the growth of your Puckerbutt empire, how many pounds of Carolina Reaper are you having to do to supply the demand?
We can't supply the demand. Literally, if I fill just the orders that the people who have sent purchase orders to us,
Okay.
I would have to have probably maybe around 1,400, 1,500 acres of just reapers.
Okay.
The way we grow,
Right.
And you've seen the pictures of our plants.
Right.
Our plants are 6, 8, 10 feet tall. And they produce constantly.
Hallucinating peppers.
Yeah, they're good. We've had a little bit of fun this weekend.
Yes.
A little bit of fun.
Yes.
We just put some poor kid down.
Oh, yeah. That's what I love. I love being at the Puckerbutt booth, especially at these festivals. Best footage you'll ever get. Now, what do you see happening with everything that you're learning, being the owner of this ever-growing, non-reaching the demand of this train? What are you seeing the direction of Puckerbutt and where this is leading? Where do you think it's going to go for you to help you? I mean,
here's my only goal. Okay, literally my only goal is to provide a means for my family, to grow.
Okay.
Okay, and my family isn't just my wife and kids or my immediate genetic family. You're part of the Puckerbutt family. We all have to succeed.
Right.
So literally, I spend my whole day, every day and night, when I'm not taking care of my kids, all I'm doing is working on peppers and seeing how we can expand and hire someone else who's out of work.
I got you.
Yeah. Now, my passion is cancer. I want to cure that disease. I hate cancer.
Okay.
Cancer is a horrible disease. But
wow.
You gotta build the base before the triangle will appear.
I got you.
And we got a goal.
Okay.
But that goal first, we got to build that base.
Elaborate on that with us a little bit, because cancer is always the biggest concern. I would never want cancer to take anybody, nor myself. And for someone like yourself to be doing the research that you're doing, in hopes that peppers find a cure, what is in the pepper? I know it's capsaicin, but what have you found out that's furthering your passion to find the cure involved in the pepper for cancer? Help us understand that. What does a pepper do to our human bodies that can break that cancer down or help us? Help me understand.
One of the studies that's out there, and one of the TV things where the Sloan Kettering alluded to it. Most I believe it's the subcapsuloids not capsaicin, but the other capsaicinoids that are prevalent in super hot peppers.
Okay.
That are the ones that are really doing the job, because there's outside of people who eat the super hot peppers, those indigenous populations that just eat hot peppers they still have indices of cancers, like the Europeans and
Okay.
Mediterranean, that kind of thing.
So if I live on habaneros or jalapenos, that still ain't gonna stop me.
Well, no, it'll help, but it's not what I believe is actually the thing.
Okay.
I think it's the subcapsuloids, and to make it simple, they have key that fits in a keyhole on a cancer cell. When the two of them get together, the cancer cell dies.
Okay.
And it's the delivery method that they're trying to figure out.
Gotcha.
There's actually a guy. He makes nano robots, little teeny robots to deliver chemotherapy inside of cancer cells. There's like 10% of the side effects that normally happen from chemo, because it's a targeted delivery, and he's targeting it with peppers now. He's trying that stuff.
Okay.
That's like I have no idea how nano robots built.
Right.
I don't claim to be any scientist like that or anything.
Oh,
like
wow.
that. But we met, again, a God thing where I shouldn't have been at. Now, I'm a food company at this challenge where they're talking about curing cancer. The woman who came in second place came in with a blood she for breast cancer. She got prick people's fingers and tell them with 94% accuracy whether they had breast cancer or not.
Oh, wow.
No mammograms, no more of that stuff. I'm sitting here in a contest with people like that. What do you do? Oh, I make hot peppers. Serious. But I got to meet all these people in the research field.
I got you. I got you.
And at the time, our data was showing a little over 1.474 million Scoville, and at Guinness, at the time, was 1.25 million Scoville, I think it was the hot one.
Uh-huh.
So everybody was like, "Wow, you have a," I was like, "Yeah, whatever."
Right.
I really didn't start going after that bullet until the whole Laquita thing and
I got you.
people attacking me on Facebook and all that.
Hey, help us understand that. There's a status that whether you're a singer, whether you're a pepper grower, and that spectrum in between. It seems like when somebody in general has achieved a very big goal, a big accomplishment, I would imagine you gain so many fans, but I'd also imagine that there would be so many certain amount of percentage of haters too. Mm-hmm. What are you learning that why a person, you achieved the Guinness Book of World Records, why would people, I'm going to focus on like the negative part, because when you accomplish a goal, you're going to gain fans. But also, just like me being a reviewer, I've learned that as I grow as a reviewer, there tends to be haters too, and I guess that's with anything in life. And I don't mean to say that word like haters, but what are you finding out like these people that, I noticed that you get attacked, and that's not just personal. I would imagine personally what happens, but just visually seeing it on social medias, what are you realizing? Why is that? What can you come up with on why this person would even, you know what I mean? Elaborate on that a little bit for all of us, because we all see it. We all see.
You guys only see the tip of the iceberg, man. It happens all day long.
Right.
I can show you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails just from this month of threatening my family, threatening me. People.
Right.
There's some guy in Austria who claims that he made the Reaper and he's got the trademark and all that. He applied for an Austrian trademark like a month ago.
Okay.
Not knowing I've already done the EU and all that stuff.
Okay.
But stuff like that happens all the time.
Right.
I found that, I didn't participate in the chili head community. Some people knew me, from what I've been doing since the 80s. But I didn't participate in it until you guys, hey, you're getting attacked. You need to come in.
Right.
But there's a group of people who are my friends who really just stab me in the back every time. When I'm not there, they're stabbing me in the back. And then there's other people who they tell me about the stabbing in the back, but all they want is free stuff. They ask for peppers, that kind of stuff. I have no idea,
Right.
And I give freely to everybody. You watch
Right.
me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try to talk bad about anybody. I might joke around and say, hey, your sauce stinks.
Right.
Well, but I tell it to the person who's selling the sauce.
Right.
I can't stand your stuff,
Uh-huh.
But I still carry it and try to promote them, because if we all succeed, we all succeed. There's a lot of people out there who they seem to just want misery in my life,
Yeah.
and that's why I don't participate in half of the people say, how come you don't respond to me on Facebook? I hardly ever look at that crap.
Right.
I put up stuff about my family on my own page.
Right.
There's people who answer all the stuff on the Puckerbutt page
Uh-huh.
for me. There's people who go through my emails.
Gotcha.
Because it's just sick, it's really, really sick. And you watch people trying to take peppers out of the basket and stuff, they'll talk straight to my face, and they're stealing a bit.
That's insane that people
stealing stuff.
People just steal that stuff.
You've witnessed it.
Yeah. Yes.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I work really hard at what I'm doing.
Right.
And I got a family to support.
Uh-huh.
And and no one ever goes without. And a lot of people out there, people ask me to help, I help.
Right.
Because I've been taught to give. God gave me a gift, and I'm supposed to be sharing stuff.
Gotcha.
But some of this stuff is absolutely nuts.
It's amazing what comes along with fame, And
Hey, for instance, right? We'll probably be talking to him later on today, but there's a guy out there who people think we're fighting all the time. And we're sharing pepper love today.
Right.
Right. We share peppers together. We talk. I grow stuff.
You both laughed at it, at each
Yeah.
other, like it was, like it's been created by somebody else.
Somebody else, and neither of us are participating, and it's like everybody's taking sides. There are no sides, man. We hug and we love each other. We pray.
Right.
We pray for each other's families. There's no big deal going on.
Wow.
It's all made
The
up.
negativity and misery of others that they just don't like to see.
But why? What's that? If we all just raised each hand up instead of a hand out, loving each other, it'd be such a better world.
Being at the Houston Hot Sauce Festival today, of course, I was in the Puckerbutt booth, and I was recording all these people get tore up by the Carolina Reaper. I noticed that you have a lot of products. A lot. A lot. Like cream cheese Reaper. He has mustards. He has jellies. He has tinctures. He has sauces. He has purees. I even put his nuts all up in my mouth. He has some Smokin Carolina Reaper dusted nuts all up in my mouth. Your nuts made my mouth all warm, I swear to God. But my question, Ed, is this. How many employees do you have to be able to make sure that all this is set and y'all are ready to rock for the shows? How many employees do y'all have?
Like
Okay,
direct employees or contracted? Because if we're talking contracted, we're close to 100 employees. If we're talking direct employees, it's like, I think we're at 32 now or 33.
When you say contracted, help me understand. Are the same people that are in the pepper field picking the peppers are the same people?
Those are employees. Those are direct employees.
Okay.
But I have people working for me in 14 different states. But
Gotcha.
we contract them out. We do.
Okay.
Because they have their own businesses too, and who am I to tell them how to pay their taxes?
Right.
Okay. Because everybody knew Uncle Sam gets what his due.
Mm-hmm.
We pay everything we're supposed to pay.
Okay.
But I am not your judge and jury. You get to do it. If you have write-off stuff, you can do with your review stuff.
Right.
You know, so if you actually worked for me and I sent you a check or whatever,
Okay.
you would get a 1099. You know,
Gotcha.
but since you're just my friend, you get pepper love.
Right.
You know.
I got you.
But
Okay.
you know, we're close to 100 people. We'll
Ain't bad.
probably break 150 before the year's out, because we're getting ready to. Next year's season is getting started right now.
I got you.
Yeah.
What's,
We'll still be harvesting until Christmas time though here.
what can all of us look forward to in the horizon of the Puckerbutt Empire and Ed Currie and this? You know, Ed just hit the scene only really like 2 years ago, like 3 years ago.
2009 is when that.
That's when Ed when Ted Barris
Yeah.
started doing Ed Currie peppers. That was the beginning for me, because I didn't know who Ed Currie was.
No one did.
Till you know what I mean, and you've been growing for many years. But what do we have now that we know who you are, what you've accomplished, the demand, the growth? What do we all have to look forward to in the horizon that we can just cheer you on and laugh at the more haters that come about just because you're climbing up the ladder? You know, I'm not sitting here trying to toot Ed's horn. You know, there's no tooting of Ed's horn at all. He's done all this himself. You know, I've been a viewer just like y'all have on watching his success and him climb this ladder and overcome all these obstacles. So, you know, I'm sitting beside a man who's going to be a millionaire, but has worked very hard to get to where he's at. So, he's digging.
You know, let me just say, I was digging in for. I'll show you something in a second.
Cool.
You just said a man who's going to be a millionaire. Do not get me wrong. Money's important. I got to pay the bills just like everybody else.
I can imagine his water bill. He's got 14 states.
Okay, wait a minute. Hey, just in my own yard, the water bill last month was $587.
And that's your house.
That's my house. That's the outside. Rock Hill splits out outside and inside water. That's the outside water. That's not even the people hosing off on the inside.
Okay.
You know, but you know, I got a ton of bills to pay. So don't get this statement wrong. Money is important, but it's not about the money.
Money's a side effect. If you're good at what you do, the money's a byproduct. It comes.
But God has blessed us so much that, like, since I've left the bank, I haven't taken a salary. You know, I'm literally, we're living off my family lives off my wife's income. Okay. Because it's important to me to hire other people. There's a lot of people out there who need help, you know, and eventually, you know, there'll be enough people hired, we'll be making enough money where I can take an income. Okay. But it's not important.
Gotcha.
And I don't care if I'm ever a millionaire. I don't care if I'm I'd like to have a couple thousand in the bank, really, but, you know.
Don't we all?
If you got kids, you understand that that's just a pipe dream, you know.
Right.
I'm finding out that little kids cost a whole lot of money.
Oh, yes.
But, you know, you mentioned a lot of product. I only brought about half of our products here. We have a lot more, and I still have hundreds of recipes to go through.
Wow.
My mentor and I are coming through with a line of mild products. Every time someone comes into the store, they say, "Oh, this hot stuff's for XYZ. Do you have anything mild?" We don't have to talk about pepper company in there.
Yeah. He handed me a sauce today. It was called a habanero blend. He said, "Here, Brad, taste it." I brought it down a little bit to appease the people that needed. I tasted it and it was like, I was like, okay, that still may pop a little, but you did bring it down. He did bring it down, but it still popped like love.
But you know, we got a lot of stuff coming. You know, a few of you know this is Carolina Reaper's just one of many peppers.
Right.
You know, okay.
Right.
Of which Mr. Bishop has been able to see. And you know, people say, "Oh, how do you know your numbers? How do you know your numbers?" You know, I don't share my testing online. Okay, I pay a lot of money to get testing done.
Okay.
And we don't just do it at the schools, we do it at laboratories too. Everybody tests and tests and tests and tests. Okay, because unless you have data to back up your data, the industrial clients, the ones that I deal with, are, they want to see the real deal.
Okay.
But I'm going to show you a little number here. Look at this. Look at this highlighted number right there. Okay, that's the next one. How's that for an average, man?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's the next one. And there's a whole lot more coming. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have fun. Wouldn't that woman call me today? You're a little bit of a sadist. Sadist, you want to hurt someone else, right?
Right.
I've got to get my definitions right.
Okay.
And to the whole world, everybody. I get a lot of complaints that I talk about God a lot. That's just because I'm so grateful to God that He changed my life. I was a horrible, filthy man up until about 16 years ago.
Okay.
And my life has changed so much, I just can't praise God enough. Okay, but I am not approved. Okay. And that woman was like, yeah, you are a little bit of a sadist. I'm not a sadist at all. I'm a masochist. I do it to myself too. Serious. We've been eating peppers all day long.
This man ate about 15 of them today, on top of the tinctures and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's how I start off my day, because I want to live till my kids. I want to see them grow and have kids. I don't want to die, man. So I'm going to keep on doing the things I got to do to live.
I got you.
And pepper love is one of them.
There we go, man.
Oh man, I can't wait. You want to see something really cool?
Yeah.
Amber, look at Primo signed his 2 bottles for us. We're gonna put those up in the Hall of Fame. Oh, my arch nemesis, Primo. Me and him had a lot of fun today. I lit him up.
I was right there when both of them came together and were laughing about the whole situation.
But yeah, look, he gave me some of this Primo dust and some of this. What's that?
That's a big black mama dust.
Man.
Big black mama dust.
He gave me 2.
Oh Lord,
he
have
gave
mercy.
me 2 of them, and I've already eaten one. We're down to 2. Man. That stuff was hot, though. Man.
That is.
I loved it.
That is. I want y'all to know that, I hope a lot of y'all can come next year. I hope at some point in time y'all can figure out a way to experience these festivals for yourself. A lot of you live our lives on social media, seeing drama, but when you come to these festivals, it's not social media, it's not internet, there's a lot of chilly love happening. When you can come to a place and meet a gentleman by the name of Ed Currie, who was the Guinness Book of World Records, set right beside the Godfather, K. John, and talk to a gentleman and have a beer and hug the hell out of Vic, who has the largest hot sauce museum in the world. It is one of the most incredible experiences anybody personally can have. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank you, Ed, very, very much for this interview.
Are we done?
Well, if we can keep rocking and rolling.
Man. No, we'll do whatever you want to do.
Do we got Brett? Is Brett over here? I think Brett's coming in here at the door.
Is he coming at the door?
Hey, Brett, are you there?
No, he's not there yet.
Okay.
Okay. We got a surprise for Brett.
We got a surprise for Brett. But I'm going to be coming to y'all with some more videos with Ed. So I want to end this one. I want to thank you very much. And this is, thank you for shedding some light on Puckerbutt and
no problem,
the future. And
yeah, we got a lot to come. And I just want to thank everybody out there. All of you are supporting me. Thank you. Everybody who doesn't know me, it's pretty easy to get a hold of me, okay?
Yeah.
Just if you're going to do it on Facebook, know that I'm going to get a message like 2 weeks later. My phone number's out there all over the place, though. Just give me a call.
There we go.
Okay?
There we go.
And I answer the phone. Unless, of course, I'm watching the kids.
Yeah, I tend to call him all the time when he's laying down his babies. I have the perfect time to call him all the time. But I love all of y'all very much, man. Y'all have a good one. This is an interview with the man himself, Ed Currie, Pepper TV style.
Yeah.
I'm going to see y'all on the next video. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.